Hi, everybody. It's Mrs. Payer from the Londonderry Middle School Library, here to talk to you about your Element Instagram project. So I created a project page for Mr. Hamilton's 8th grade team for the Blizzards on how you will be able to do your research for your Element Instagram. So in order to find that page, you would be come here to the lms.londonderry.org page or go to Mr. Hamilton's classroom. If you are here on our LMS page, you'd go to our library page, and then that will take you here to the Londonderry Middle School Library. And all you would need to do is click here on class resources. And scroll down to where it says Element Instagram Hamilton. This Element Research one is for another class. You want to come down here to where it says Mr. Hamilton. So you click on that, and that will take you to his direct page of what you need to do for his project. So let me show you what we can do here. One of the things that I have here for you is your Instagram template, okay? And how you're going to do your research notes. So if you click on that, it's going to ask you to create a copy. That would mean that to create a copy so that you do not make changes to anybody else's notes and they don't make any changes to yours. So this is going to force a copy into your folder in your drive. Okay, so now you can change the name of this to, I would put this under your, whatever your last name is. And you can actually put the name of your element as well. So let's say I had silicon. Okay, so I could put Mrs. Payer and Silicon Research Notes here. Okay. And now this is really created for you to be able to do any notes. If you have more than you need here, then all you would need to do is continue to type and it'll scroll down for you. This is a great tool for you to use because it's asking you to put not only your research notes, but the source that you got them from as well. I will show you in a minute where you can get all of those sources. Okay, so these are all of the piece of information that Mr. Hamilton is requiring of you. So make sure that you put all of, get all of this information. Okay, and because you're going to be then creating an Element Instagram page. So here is a sample to see how your final project should look. So if I click on here, this is what your project should look like, okay? This is the Wizard of Oz ma'am. Ha ha ha. I did not create this, but this is what a final project should look like. So you have a picture of the element here in the circle. You have the name. You need to come up with some kind of a crafty name, just like anybody on Instagram would. You need to have the element with its atomic masses and the melting point and the freezing point and its density, and I'm sorry, the melting point and the boiling point. A little bit of a profile for it, atomic number and mass, and then you need to have some general information about that here. So who found it, or who was the first person to notice it, picture of that person, the year it was discovered, the where it was discovered, a picture of how it looks as a molecule, and then you need to give us a little background of how it was discovered. And then on the back, the next slide, that you come across would be who might like it. So you have another picture of it, and then it would tell you liked by, and then who, some other people. And those people would be maybe some other elements that may like this particular element of yours. And then you want to give some information about things like what things that you have found in your project. So when you go back to the research notes and you look to see what other things you might find. When you're looking at your project, you might want to look at the rubric, which you also will have to be forced to make a copy of so that you don't write over or create another one. This rubric is going to tell you how you can get a perfect score. So as far as the bio of your person, all aspects are present. The profile, the history, the importance, the pictures, and the craftsmanship. Okay? There's a little checklist on the bottom to help you with that. Okay? So you can actually go and you can check off, making sure that you have all the elements for your project on an element. Here is an actual template for you to be able to fill out for you to be to do this project. Again, you will be forced to make a copy of this so that you do not work on anybody else's project and they don't work on yours. It actually will tell you what belongs in each of the boxes. So when you are working on this project, it will tell you, in this box, I want you to add who discovered it. Okay, in this, I need a picture relevant to the importance or the use. I need you to tell me, why is this important to you as a middle schooler? If you continue to scroll down, it will tell you the element name, continuing to tell you what other elements would like this poster be tagged. Okay, so every piece of this needs to be filled out, and every piece has the suggested information right there on the slide for you. So this is actually really a slideshow that you are writing in. Okay, and each piece you need to fill in. Again, after I did do this activity, I would go back to the checklist and I would make sure that I have checked off every box as I looked at my project. Okay, now how do I find this information? Well, what we would do is we would go back to the Londonderry Middle School webpage and we would go to resources for research. Okay, and resources are the places that you would go for good information. So one of the places that is a great tool for research is called the Chemical Elements ebook. So it's an ebook because at school we actually have this book in a hard physical copy, but here online we actually have it as an or electronic book. So you can actually open this book as so, and it's going to prompt me for a password, and that's because I'm not at school. If you are at school, all of the computers are logged into our school databases, so they do not need to have a password. But when we're out here on our own computers at home, we need a password. So we go back up here to where it says Database and Informational eBook Passwords, and we click on where it says Open this document to access the database username and passwords. When you click that, you will see that there is a database password page that opens up. This will only open up if you are logged into your londonderry.org account. If you are not logged into this account, this will not appear. So please make sure that you're always logged into your londonderry.org account when using our databases. So for this, which is the Gale Virtual Reference Library ebook, the username is Londonderry M and the password is 03053. So I will go back here and it just wants the password. So I type that in and I click sign in, and there I will be at the Chemical Elements ebook. Okay, so when I go to this ebook and get to the table of contents, the book index and the list of illustrations, as well as I can go and I can do a basic search, or I can just scroll down to wherever I want. So I said I was going to be silicon. So I click on that, and it will take me to the page of silicon in that Chemical Elements book. And here is the page that has information on silicon. It has a great picture of the element that I will need for future, because I know that this is one of the items that's required of my book, so I might want to use that. It has some key information here, and then there's an overview of it. So this is an ebook, as talks about discovery and naming, etc. Okay, I can click on Google Classroom, and I can share. I could share this with the team if I wanted to, but I think you guys can share that to your own personal drive. I can also cite this back to my Noodle tools, but I will share that with you guys in another video, okay, for another day. So I'm going to shut this off for now. So that's how you use an ebook. I'm going to come back out to the databases again, and we'll go back to the Londonderry page. And I will show you how to access some of the other tools that we have, such as the databases. So I'm just going to go back into the library really quick because that didn't open. So I'll go back to class resources, Element Instagram. And some other resources for researching are databases. So over here on the right-hand side, I have put several databases that you can use. We have Gale for middle school. We have Gale Science. We have Gale for elementary school, Gale for high school. And then I put the biography one too, since you have to look up the person who discovered your element. So we're going to use the Gale Science one right now, and I'm just going to put silicon in there again. And I can click on that, and then that will bring me to whatever information in our databases involves silicon. So when you look at a database, it's all vetted or material that we know is available to be used for reference. For example, this is from the Gale Encyclopedia of Science. This one also is that. This is about silicon. This must have something to do with silicon somewhere. We can continue to scroll down. This one has something about a geode. So we might want to look at some of those. We can also, if we want to make sure it's talking about the element, we can click on advanced search like I have here. And when we do that, we can also make sure that it's the term silicon. And we can also make sure it's the term element. So it's talking about the element silicon. Okay, and then we can search that. And it'll make sure that we have, now we can also look at the top here and see that we have 25 references. There's an experiment about it. There's some videos, an audio clip, 27 news articles, 111 academic journals, and 89 magazine articles. So from there, we can get some a little bit smaller amount of information than we did the first time. So now we can look, this is from UXL Science, World of Earth Science, the Gale Encyclopedia of Science, 5th edition. This is the experiment that is in here, Element Resume, from UXL Ignition Science Collaborative Projects. So there's some information here, you know, some videos about the usefulness of silicon. This one's 49 seconds here, and an arrangement and connection in the study of atoms. So you can find in here whatever you think may be of importance for your particular project. If we go out again, now in the middle, we have some websites. And these websites are ones that we have picked from doing lots of research, Mrs. Bennett and I, of websites that are going to have quality information. You can Google. I will tell you, however, that if you Google, you have to be careful of what you get for information. So you want to make sure that it's quality information that is giving you the information that you're looking for this project. So you want to make sure that it either passes the CRAP or the SCRAP test that we went over with you last year. That's all for now. I want to make sure that you also take note of the places, again, that you get your information. So again, when you're doing your information, take note of where your sources are so that you can go back to them. So copy paste of the URL where you're getting them, because you're going to have to go back and create a Noodle Tools project, and that'll be in the next video that we make. Okay, any questions, please make sure that you email me at jpayer@londonderry.org. I will put that in the library page. And also, if I have a get set in the afternoon called Aurora Payer, I can make a meet with you. If you would like, just give me a shout in an email and let me know. Thanks, guys. Good luck.